this is going to be our first episode of our podcast. Today's episode, we are going to talk about post-grad life and what it's been like in this 2 months having finished college.
Molly and I worked together at our college newspaper, and we wanted to continue working together because we weren't, and it was sad. As a way to kind of keep our skills sharp, keep our brain moving, to not get discouraged, we started this account, and we're always talking anyway, so why not just do it in a podcast form, which then will help us with our video production skills, our editing skills, all of that stuff, in a fun way that we can kind of learn from it, so that once we're not in this limbo period anymore, we have skills for whatever job we have. More skills. We have skills.
I swear,
I promise.
I'm well acquainted with Microsoft.
But currently, what date is it? July 7th. We graduated almost 2 months ago to the day.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
And now we're doing this.
While we navigate job applications, fellowship applications, internship applications, all sort of applications and stuff like that, and up to our ears in cover letters and stuff like that, I think the best way to keep ourselves sane is to do some sort of work. We're so used to working nonstop all the time, and then we weren't working at all, and I definitely started to go crazy. I know Molly did too, because she wouldn't leave me alone to do this. But
you got a few voice memos in the car. You were fine. I sent 2 follow-up voicemails apologizing for the podcast. That was the request.
Absolutely.
So it kind of, I guess, if you think about it, we all started from a voice memo podcast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Full circle moment.
Yeah. I knew that this was obviously going to be a transition period anyway, so kind of went into this being like, okay, like, you're going to have to work hard to, like, stay positive. And just, we knew what the job market was beginning our senior year. Like, we knew what we were working with.
Currently, we're both doing some, like, I guess side work out of industry, because,
gotta pay the bills.
But we're doing this, our account, our podcast, the whole Deadline Diary idea. It was Molly's idea, was not mine. Credit where credit is due. We wanted to keep our skills sharp while we're not doing reporting, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what the Deadline Diary is, if you haven't checked out our first post.
Please do.
Please
it's
do.
Pinned even.
It's even pinned. Wow.
For your enjoyment.
But that's kind of what we're doing, and we want to do a podcast because it's visual, it's audio, you can listen to it. You don't have to, like, find us on Instagram. You can just, like, listen to us talk, which is the best activity.
That's kind of the dream.
Ever. That's kind of the dream.
Yeah, you're
25
welcome.
minutes of unfiltered us.
Minimum, if you're lucky.
Wow. If you're lucky.
We can engage with the industry while not actively writing and working on a story. There's so many different ways that we can engage with other journalists, other news topics, and just still feel like I'm a journalist. I'm a reporter without an actual position.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the nice thing. Something that I was originally, I guess, a little, like, scared of. Maybe that's not the right word. It was daunting.
Yeah,
that's
daunting.
The word. It felt daunting to have this digital portfolio and something to keep up with.
Yeah. Just
all by myself. So we get to still stay engaged and all of that, and it's kind of nice doing it together because it is like, okay, well, this other person is doing it, so let's work on it together, and it's fun to still get to talk about
It
stuff
is
we're
fun.
passionate about.
Absolutely. When Molly and I were still in college, we worked on our college paper together. So I don't think there was like a day I didn't see you.
Really?
Very rarely, maybe a Saturday. Never, actually maybe a Sunday. Probably never not a Saturday.
No.
But we were together all the time, worked nonstop, which sounds crazy for a college paper, but it was
not
true.
really an exaggeration.
No, not an exaggeration. So with that being said, having to juggle so much stuff kind of left us a gap in, I guess I would say, preparedness.
Yeah.
With what we were going to have to experience.
Yeah.
But it did give us a lot of experience in what we were doing, which we got for the whole time we were in college. But it was kind of like turned up to like level 20 last semester. But that didn't leave us a lot of time. But yeah.
I think that because we were so busy, for me personally, I felt prepared to a degree. I think looking back on it, I felt more, I guess, sort of like, I don't really know what's gonna come, but like, I'll figure it out, I'll handle it. I think that I could have done a little bit more work to like focus on it, but with that little amount of downtime I had, I was like sort of like putting my foot down of, no, I'm gonna have time to myself, rather than just being like, you'll find it later, like focus on this right now. I am glad though that it's like a catch-22. I'm a little glad that I have I wouldn't say downtime, but like I'm not
it's a break.
Running around. Yes, I still get some sort of semblance of a summer break, even though technically last year was our last one. So that's sort of nice, but then at the same time, it's like I want so badly to be working in a newsroom again, because there's so many things that are happening where it's like, oh, I would have loved to like cover that, especially with like FIFA in the DFW area. Like it would have been so cool to not even just to cover it, but to be like working and talking to people and get to see the excitement. So
one thing I know I'm glad, like, it's post-grad and we're still dealing with this, is it was such a race when everybody was all together talking about it all the time. It was a competition, and we were losing. We were not making any headway towards the finish line, and that's kind of, I think I was more discouraged then than I am now, because I don't have a constant reminder that somebody else is ahead of me. I will get there, you will get there, and we'll figure it out. But damn, it was a race to the finish line, and that kind of pressure makes it 20 times worse. There doesn't need to be that kind of pressure. Everybody moves at their own pace, and there are other things to do until like you get there. Hence the podcast, shout out. But yeah, did you feel like competitive with it, or like is that just a me thing?
I felt competitive. I think I felt like, I don't know, maybe not competitive, because I felt like I wasn't, like I had nothing to show for like competition wise, and maybe that's a little too like being down hard on myself. But I think I was a little of like down on myself during the time, even of just like kind of upset with myself, of like recognizing that like, okay, I could be doing more, and then this sort of like almost like stall happening of like, I could be doing more, but I feel like I'm doing so much, and with like trying to keep up with school and classes and workloads, keeping up with the paper, keeping up with my personal life and all of that.
There's a certain level of prepared that you are from working. Like it just becomes, oh, I know what I'm doing because I have to do it all the time. And applying to jobs, or not applying to jobs, but constantly thinking about it. There's a preparedness to know what you have to do, but then what I wasn't prepared for was how hard it was going to be.
Yeah.
And specifically how hard it was going to be mentally and emotionally.
Yeah.
And what I was going to do with my time. And it is kind of nice to engage in a way that's not work, but then it's also, like, you feel like that part is missing because you're always doing that. So it is kind of nice to, like, hang out socially.
Yeah.
And have, like, regular social interaction without stress.
Yeah.
But then that also leaves, like, some people are doing something that you're not.
Yeah.
So there is that kind of gap.
Especially when, like, our initial, I guess, meeting and bond came through working together. So there's, I mean, obviously, like, why this felt like a natural next step is that it does feel so easy, because when we work together, like, I think we work differently in how, like, our processes and just sort of the way our mind, like, we frame things in our minds. But then it's nice because we overlap in that, like, we're willing to, like, work together, hear each other out, and we can build on top of each other, build on top
Stack,
of it.
like pyramids.
Yeah, we actually just shoulder trench coat kid.
Yep.
Whenever we interview people.
That'd be awesome.
I think we should start doing that.
My main thing, I think, because we both still live in the town that we worked in, there's, like, this, once we graduated, like, a switch flipped, and it was, you don't have to do this anymore, which felt great for, like, 3 days.
Yeah.
And then it felt like, oh, I'm not needed anymore.
Oh, no,
I want to.
Yeah.
You become so immersed in your community, and you're talking to all these people all the time about certain things that are happening. And we did graduate during, like, an election season and stuff like that. So there was a lot happening that, like, we just didn't get to touch because it was done. It was over. And which felt really, really good. But then I'm
okay with not doing election coverage for a minute.
I can imagine
hard.
you would be, yeah. But it turns into that feeling. It's like, oh, I'm not needed to do this service anymore. Somebody else is going to do it, and I'm not needed for it.
You're, like, happy and sad at the same time about it.
Yeah. Which the thing I found that I love most about doing reporting and all of that stuff is because you do feel like you're doing a service for people.
Yeah.
That's the best part about it. And then when you're sitting at home not doing that, it's like, well, what the heck am I doing with my life and my time? And we'll get there. Obviously, we'll get to do it again. But that was the main thing for me, was that I feel like I'm not doing the thing that I'm most honestly good at. Fulfilled at. Good at. It is very fulfilling to, there's a bug, there's a gnat, to kind of provide a service for people.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm chilling. I watch a lot of Friends.
Beautiful.
We've been doing this.
Yeah. This has been nice to work on because I still get to stay within, like, the realm of journalism and stay engaged. And with this, like, I'm more active on Substack. And so getting to read other people's essays, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm using my time well.
Yeah.
Or usually in the summers, I'm usually taking some sort of summer classes. So when I'm not doing that, I'm just enjoying my time.
That is interesting, yeah.
So, like, also, so it is nice to have this so I can kind of keep that structure of having something. But it's this on top of actively, like, getting applications out every day. I've been trying to do 3 a day, either in industry or out of industry.
Goal.
Like, because I'm doing fellowships, internships, and there's some where it's like, okay, am I probably going to get this job because it says requires 3 years experience? No, realistically, I'm not going to get that job. But it is smart, or realistically, there's low probability of me getting that job, in my opinion. And I'll apply to ones where it says, like, once 3 years experience, and I'm like, am I probably ready for this? No, but it is still good practice to, like,
you gotta try,
do the cover letter for them, send it. At the very least, you, like, get your name across their desk, which is advice that I was given by like a mentor at the Mayborn. And so I've been doing that, and I've actually gotten a few emails back of just like, I mean, they've been no's obviously, but it is nice to get an email back and be like, okay, they took the time to reply to me. They know my name when I am ready in how many ever years. Like, maybe they'll remember me. Maybe they'll be like...
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
So you don't get discouraged. I like that mindset that you
have. Something that isn't talked a lot about is the transition between, I guess, childhood and adulthood, because we all focus on getting your first like big girl job and moving, like finishing college and moving to that, rather than there is, and it's not the super prominent feeling, but there is this little thing in the back of my mind that I've been trying to give a little bit of time to, of like, oh my gosh, I just did all of this time being in school, and that being like a main part of my identity is that I'm a student. And even though in all of college, like, you're an adult and all of that, there is still sort of like, okay, I'm going to classes. I still have teachers. I still feel like kid in a way.
That first job is kind of like a pillar of adulthood.
Yes,
I do understand what you're saying.
And so there's also this in-between thing of like, oh my gosh, like, I know I've been an adult for like the past few years now, but now I'm like, actually, I'm not in college anymore. Like, I'm a real full, one. Like, I'm actually like, I'm a full official stamped adult. Stamped real adult. Like, I'm packaged, and I'm trying to get to a job.
No, it is definitely an identity shift from student trying to become journalist to journalist when you're not actively one. So it's like, well, what the hell am I right now?
Yeah.
Who knows? I would still say that, I mean, we're journalists. We're just not working professionals.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of are.
Kind of. We're trying to do something in that area to keep those skills sharp, keep those wheels moving, so that we can kind of engage in the industry while trying to break into it. It's very difficult to do. Every mentor I've had that I've said I'm struggling to told me that. Now I have to listen to them and not whine about it. And it's nice to do something to kind of get over that and to focus energy elsewhere while this is still happening, but there's nothing I can do until I get another interview or something like that. There's nothing I can do in that area that I haven't already done. So now let's see what else we can do on top of it to kind of fulfill that need we have to work.
This gives us like a sense of purpose.
Yes,
outside
it does.
Of
I don't want to be a bum.
Going on LinkedIn.
Exactly.
journalismjobs.com. I would say like the most valuable piece of advice that I've gotten from a mentor of mine is that, well, he's been in the industry for a while, and then he switched over to being a professor just because he wasn't happy with like the state of the industry, and because it looks completely different from what it was when he first started. And absolutely. I'm sure that's what it's going to be for us.
Definitely.
And that's sort of a question I have of like, okay, we just graduated. We basically just committed to this like long career in this industry. And yes, of course, you can always like change your mind, follow a different passion, whatever. But I mean, I think like, nope. Speaking for both of us, like, this is our passion. Down. This is it.
We're married. Ring on it.
Yeah. Me and journalism. We like that. Yeah, so I think that's something that I'm always sort of is in the back of my mind thinking about, is, oh my goodness, what is the industry going to look like in 20 years? How am I going to feel about it?
Yeah.
And so he said to sort of not just get discouraged and not feel overwhelmed by the like changing landscape, is just to allow yourself to adapt.
Yeah. I have been, and I know you've been using it for the past few months, the Calling All Journalists initiative, Rebecca Aguilar. We met her at IRE, that conference that came over here. Anyways, and Every month she posts the humongous list of all lists of people or outlets looking for reporters.
Yeah.
And because it is summer, the last 2 lists, I think, have had a lot of, like, fellowship and internship down at the way, way bottom. You gotta scroll past all the really cool stuff you'd love to do one day.
And 3 years when you're allowed to do it.
And then there's the stuff at the bottom. Not to say I haven't been applying to full-time jobs. I absolutely have. I've applied to a bajillion of them. But, of course, there's always somebody more qualified when you're just out of college. Yeah. Anyways. But, Rebecca Aguilar has genuinely been the most helpful tool I think I found, because there's no other, like, compiled big list. You come across stuff and you add it to your own stuff, but there's no better way than at the beginning of every month you find stuff that you haven't applied to, and then you do all of it throughout a certain amount of time that month, whatever. But
and a lot of jobs in the industry aren't listed. A lot of it is like, you know, someone who works somewhere and they know that there's a position open in another department. Absolutely.
Or you look up the outlet and then you go to careers on that outlet specifically. That's how I found a lot of jobs to apply to, was by like actually looking at the outlets and then going to careers. But the big list from the initiative is like the best thing ever.
It's been so helpful.
Yeah, and we recommend it to you guys. Thank you for listening to our first episode of the Deadline Diary podcast. We are going to do episodes bi-weekly, so 2 times a month.
So lucky.
You're so lucky. Rotating topics, you never know what it's going to be. It'll be a surprise. But thank you so much for listening to us. If you're listening to this with headphones on, we're gonna shoot confetti into the air now.
I wish you luck.
We wanted to surprise you, but I feel that is not nice. 3, 2, 1. Yippee! Yours didn't work this time. I'm pissed.
Wait, you guys. Oh, let's not.
Damn. Sure.
Sure.
Fabulous.